We continue to watch tonight that oil slick after that rig explosion in the Gulf of Mexico this week. Tonight it is moving closer to the coastline, actually moving northeast, driven by winds from that same weather system we told you about at the top of the broadcast. The 11 workers missing, meanwhile, after the blast are now presumed dead. The search for them has been called off. And this evening, 2 senators are calling on Congress to take a hard look at safety on board those massive remote rigs in the Gulf. By some estimates, there are some 35,000 workers on them. We have reported here on this broadcast on life on board the rigs after traveling deep into the Gulf. An hour and a half south of New Orleans, some 190 miles over the waters of the Gulf, Chevron's massive rig, drilling into rock some 28,000 feet below the ocean's surface. Just this week, they told us it's one of their most impressive rigs. During our time on board, we were told where to report should the alarm bells sound.
This is lifeboat number 2, lifeboat number 3. It goes
the deck with 4 massive lifeboats. After this week's explosion on BP's Deepwater Horizon rig, we learned most of the workers made it to lifeboats. Some jumped more than 75 feet into the ocean. But with those 11 missing, now presumed dead, this is still one of this country's most dangerous jobs. Now 80 deaths since 2001. The oil companies will tell you they've come a long way with safety drills, new technology. On board the Chevron rig, we were shown the cameras similar to the ones used this week to see if oil was leaking at the ocean's floor. This camera attached to a mini submarine.
What kinds of warning signals can you catch with a submarine like this?
With a submarine like this, it would be visual warning signals. You'd visually see a leak.
This is one of their tiny control rooms where the images come back.
How clear are these eyes beneath the surface?
It's clear as a bell. You can, it's just like you're watching on a TV at the house.
This rig literally floats here in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. We're about the length of a football field right now above the ocean surface.
But even with the advancements on these rigs, there are new calls for greater safety. Just today, Florida Senator Bill Nelson telling us he's calling on Congress to do more. Senator, I know you're calling for a congressional investigation. What's your main concern here?
Main concern is that this rig, that's supposed to be the best technology in the world, it's not supposed to blow. Well, you can see that accidents can happen.
More debate to come in the following week, and there is late word this evening that the Coast Guard now says oil is leaking from the base of the well on the floor of the Gulf at the rate of 1,000 barrels a day. That increases the threat to the Gulf's fragile ecosystem. We'll continue to follow it.